Thank you for staying with us. Now, Swabrina Chepkemoy and Marietta Halima of St. Thomas Girls Secondary School in Kilifi County are the 2021 winners of the Young Scientist Kenya National Science and Technology Exhibitions for their best innovation dubbed Rapid Covix Breathalyzer Testing Kit. Now, Young Scientist Kenya, in association with Safaricom's Blaze, an organization that was started in the year 2018, comes together to help promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as subjects in Kenya to demonstrate their innovation and showcase their scientific talents. Today, joining us are the winners and their teacher, Mr. Kea, but I'd like first to introduce them. Swabrina, hello.
Hello.
Marietta, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, now Swabrina and Marietta, first congratulations on emerging top at the 2021 Young Scientist Exhibitions. Now let us start with a feel, as in how are you feeling now that you have emerged winners, and what does this mean to you, as young scientists? Let us start with you, Marietta.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the YSK team, our patron, and the Safaricom at large for enabling us to showcase our project, and maybe it could solve some of the challenges that are in our society right now or in the developing countries.
Yeah.
We feel excited as being the first girls to win the award.
Congratulations. Yes.
From our community. Yeah.
Okay, so Sabrina, how do you feel about this win?
Well, I feel great. At first, we did not expect this, but we still came out as the winners since we were competing with big schools like Alliance being one of them. And remember, they are having all the necessary resources, maybe to do all the projects that we have to do. But in St. Thomas, I think that is not available. So that's why we feel so much. We feel happy.
Great. Okay, now let us come to the innovation itself. We are in the pandemic times, and it's very timely. Your innovation is very timely. What can you say is the problem in the society that inspired you to come up with it? Take us through the innovation. Let us start with you, Sabrina.
Well, the biggest challenges we have been facing, that I will say the developing countries have been facing, is like the kits that have been produced, which are the nasal swabs that are currently being used. They are expensive, and of course they are inadequate. The government has not. The government, alongside the World Health Organization, has not been able to provide the adequate kits for testing COVID-19. So that was one of the challenges. And with nasal swab, we have also witnessed delay in results, and this has led to congestion in the hospital. And of course, with the pain, the irritation from the nasal swab, this has made the patients to shy away. So they have not been coming for checkup. So we say, why not come up with a device that is quite different from the first device, from the first medical kit, and that is quite different, like it is non-invasive. That's one of its advantages. So coming up with this project is in order to fill the gaps that are there.
Great. Now, maybe you can show us how it works so that our viewers can understand what we are talking about and how it works. Maybe you can take us through that.
So, our COVID rapid breathalyzer.
Yes.
It is made up of it has a fluorescent microscope and a breathalyzer within this same device you can see. So, as an example, we have used this gas cylinder, which produces methane, and which has been identified as one of the metabolites of the suspected coronavirus. So when we turn on this gas, the gas that is going to be produced, which is methane, is going to be sensed by a MQ135 gas sensor.
Okay, just
Now the
that's quite instant. Yes,
so
carry on.
the the reasons why the sound was produced is because a gas has been detected.
Yes.
After being detected by the MQ135 gas sensor, the input is being processed in the microcontrol in the device, and the output is delivered through the buzzer, which produces the sound you just heard. And there was the red LED light that also produces the light, which is to indicate that there is a gas that has been sensed. As you can see, there is also a glass slide on top of our breathalyzer. This glass slide,
Yeah.
when a patient breathes on the glass, there is the glass condensate, which concentrates on the glass. So we have a laser light in our device. So the laser light is supposed to reflect on the glass slide, and through an ESP32 camera, the ESP32 camera is going to capture the image of the bacteria. So with Cambry, we have been learning about microbial activities. So we are supposed to know the color that is supposed to be produced by the bacteria, if it's corona, Ebola, such. So that's how our device works. And not to forget, unlike nasal swabs, which you have to wait over a week before you get your results, you get your results instantly. And the results which have been captured by the ESP32 camera are relayed on a smartphone, a laptop, and a computer wirelessly. Now that's the advantages of our device.
So it can work on any phone.
Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to, assembling some of the, local resources or materials, how did you get your materials to come up with this, innovation? Maybe Marietta can take us through that.
First, we started with fluorescence microscope, as you can see. This is a wooden fluorescence microscope that we assembled from we actually recycle the boxers and the wood. So we first started with this.
You have said what is that?
Fluorescence microscope. So we found it more bulky. And so we came up with this casing. We did our 3D printing, and we transferred it to Nairobi for us to get the casing, since it was the machine which was to produce the casing was not available in Kilifi. So we took it to Nairobi, and as you can see, it was done, the 3D printing.
Yes.
And we have the fluorescence microscope together with the breathalyzer inside. Yeah.
Okay, so how long did it take you before you came to the final innovation, to the final product? How long did it take you? How many trials had you done so far?
So far now we have done 10 trials as from our perspective. With Cambry, we have done 5 tested, not actually tested people who have corona, but people maybe we're having who are coughing, or maybe they have flu. So we have carried out some tests, and people who are not infected. Yeah.
Okay, and when it comes to the school administration, how do you feel they can help you or help upcoming young scientists in future in your school to help them achieve their dreams, achieve their goals when it comes to science and innovation?
Well, I think the big role the school has done is, they have given us the space, they have given us the time, and also not to forget our principal, Madam Moisege, being one of the administration members. She has also been a support through financial problems. She has been there. So like the 3D printing, it's not available in school. So we had to transport it to Nairobi, and she has been there for us. Now that's the big role that school has played.
Great. Now, maybe you could get a word from you or your message, to young people on taking up science courses in schools. What's your feedback? You came out #1, you topped the country 2021. We have interviewed so many, but only your innovation, the breathalyzer, topped #1. What is your message to, upcoming scientists in the country?
To inform mostly the girls who think that science is only meant for boys. Well, I'm telling you that is not correct. And not to forget, as we have just said, we are the first girls in Kenya
Yes.
to win this award.
Yes.
So a girl who is out there, who is interested in science but thinks that she cannot do it because they are meant for boys, you just have to practice and change your mindset, because now you are only based on believing that this science is for boys. You can just take it from us. You see that now we are girls and we have done this. Ask yourself, why can't you do it?
Great.
And also the parents at home. The parents are the one to motivate their kids, because we get some parents telling their kids that, that is wastage of time, that's why you are failing. That cannot be the reason the child is failing. If you come here to science, at least you are relaxing your head and thinking outside the box, not all the time fixed in class doing assignments and all.
Yes, yes. Okay, Marietta, your word of advice?
For me, it goes, my word goes to everyone out there that thinks girls can do anything of sciences. Yes, now this is a new generation, a third world generation.
Yeah.
And I think people should forget their views on girls having low Q for sciences. Sciences can be done by both men or girls and boys. And I believe what a man can do better, what a man can do, a woman can do it better.
Great. All right. And is this something that you'd like to pursue even after, your education?
Personally, I love to become a journalist. That was my dream.
Karibu sana.
And I'm still going for it.
Yes.
And apart from that, I'll also do medicine.
Wow, all the best. Swabrina?
Well, I would like to be an engineer.
Great.
So that I can show men that they are not the only one who can come up with solution concerning science and all that. So that we can have at least a woman who we can be proud of as Kenyans, who came up with something big. That that when a man stands and sees it, yeah, I agree, women can do it.
Wow, great. All right, now let us cross over to your mwalimu, Mr. Kea. Mr. Kea, great to have you and kazi nzuri ambayo unafanya.
Thank you.
Okay, now you have heard what the students have said. They could get support from the school, and also there's this notion of, girls are not even, they are not better when it comes to science. How can you go about demystifying this notion, Mr. Kea?
Sure, thank you. Actually, you realize the perception of the society towards the girl child is changing, and you've seen what the two girls have shown. Out there could be different, but I believe all of us are equal. All of us were created by the same God, and all of us have the same strength, be it boy child or the girl child. So you realize my girls are really motivated. Sometimes when you take these girls out of the books and you try to maybe apply what they are learning in class, give them space, give them time to think, you realize they'll come up with the solutions to the problems we are facing. So what I would like to say that girls have minds, girls can do well in science, and we've seen that in many places and even here, wherever we are. Yeah.
Great. Actually, we should not even be talking about girls and boys. It should be science is for everyone. Let us leave out gender, right?
Yes.
All right. Yes, great. Now, moving on, when it comes to skills that, maybe you are using to, impact on these girls, what are some of these skills that you have in your class when it comes to equipping young leaders and how relevant they are, currently and also their future lives and also to the society as a whole? What are some of these skills, Mwalimu?
Actually, as a teacher, I teach biology and and the chemistry subject,
Yes.
and realize in these 3 sciences or the 2 sciences, we have the skills like make observations. We have a number of skills. So after we've learned these skills in class, I have to give girls space. Get
Yes.
out there, identify what is happening in the environment, in our health sector, agriculture, technology. Can we use what we've learned in class maybe to provide the solution to these problems we are facing out here? So I have a very strong innovation club where the girls do come up with the solutions, and it's from these solutions that I usually guide them on how where they can use the same solutions to provide to tackle the problems we are having. So I have a very strong team of the young innovators,
Yes.
and some of these skills through innovation, through the technology, and also through entrepreneurship. So we are doing well at the school, and the girls are really motivated.
Great. And how do you feel, maybe the school administration can help when it comes to nurturing these young scientists? What more input can can the school administration put in place?
So as a school, we are trying, though we don't have enough resources. We only have one lab. You see where we are seated. We are just in a single lab.
Yes.
With a population of 1,300 students. That's too big for this space.
Yes.
But we use ideas, we use innovative approaches, we use creativity to solve some of these challenges. I would like to thank our Madam Principal, Ms. Maisege, for the support she's giving us. She's giving us space, she's giving us financial support, and it is from this support that we are where we are. Yes.
Great. Yes. And Mwalimu, monetization is very important. So as the school, administration, as the, their patron, taking them through that, what monetization skills do you have in place to ensure that these innovations they come up with can actually benefit them later on in their lives and even the school as a whole?
Okay, we've done a number of these innovations, and these innovations, they are solving real problems we are facing in the society. So we started like 3 years ago when I joined the school, and we've done a number of innovations, particularly in the health sectors, in food technology, in other areas. So what I usually do, we don't just do projects for the sake of doing. What I usually do, we need to have the sustainable solutions to this generation. So when they come up with the projects like this one, what we shall do, we shall try to reach out to the other stakeholders, be it the government, be it the other stakeholders in the same field, where they do support us in terms of training, in terms of entrepreneurship, and it's from there the girls really see the need of having these problems and the project, and also own the project. It is from there we've registered 2 projects. We've registered, and we've registered the 2 projects by the names of the students. So the students need to own this project for future. Maybe when they move to the university, they'll still proceed, they still own the project, and they'll have to develop this idea into an entrepreneurship, maybe concept. Yeah.
Now, Mwalimu, in our times, we did not have this kind of support. There were no clubs when it came to Science Congress. We just used to come up with the innovations and go attend Science Congress, level 1, provincial, all the levels until you got to the point where you have now won nationals. But how does this mean, or what does this mean to the young learners to be part of Blaze YSK? Let's talk about that partnership your club has with Blaze.
We are very grateful for Blaze, Safaricom, for the work they are doing out there. They are promoting noble minds from these young scientists. Actually, what they are doing, that's very great, and we are really grateful for their support, particularly in the STEM subjects.
Yes.
So when we joined YSK, we've had a number of support from the YSK Blaze. That is the medals, that's the financial support. They've also helped us to pursue some of the projects in terms of the finances, in terms of the resources, in terms of the mentorship, and we are very grateful for the work the Blaze is doing out there. We just hope that they proceed with the same spirit of helping us, and where possible, if they can also take charge of this project we are having here, so that we can partner with them, develop the project so that we are able to provide a real-time solution, our own solution from Kenya, by
Yes.
Kenyans, for the Kenyans.
Great. And besides that support, what do you feel should be done to promote and improve innovation and technology in our schools? And also your advice to, young scientists, young learners and aspiring scientists in our country today, Mwalimu?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I'll give an example.
Yes.
Some Asian countries, like talk of China, sometimes back, we were at par with them.
Yes.
And as we are speaking right now, they are very far away. And what could be the reason? The reason could be because of technology. They have embraced innovation, technology, and science.
Yes.
So what I'm saying, if we can invest much of our resources in doing innovation, in doing research, if we are able to empower these young scientists, you'll find that we'll be able to provide a real-time solution. We'll be able to come up with the projects. We'll be able to come up with our own products, and we will be able to develop very well. Any developing countries which is geared towards maybe attaining the sustainable millennium goals out there, most of the time they usually invest in innovation and STEM, that is the technology. So I pray that the government, the stakeholders, and any other person out there, if we are able to support these young scientists, they are well equipped with the knowledge, the ideas. Let's try to promote these ideas using innovation and STEM, and be able to see our country being among the first world maybe nations in terms of innovation and technology.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mwalimu.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, and asante sana Sabrina and Marietta as well. Thank you so much and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, 2021 YSKO Young Scientists Kenya, winners of the, exhibitions for the year 2021. Their innovation dubbed the Rapid Covix breathalyzer testing kit. That is so beautiful. Sabrina Chepkemoi and Marietta Halima and their teacher, Mr. Kea, all the way from Kilifi County, from St. Thomas Girls Secondary School. Thank you so much for joining us.